I'm having some buffering issues. Yeah. How's it going? If you can hear me, hello, welcome to the universe, the randomonium verse. I am connected and secured. I have a high powered connection. What's going on? Hello, how are you today? Just thought I'd pop on here for a live stream in the randomonium verse. Resume the music, hopefully. But it is a high use time of the day. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there. I'm, muddling through. I was sick as a dog there for a couple days prior to Thanksgiving Day. Uh, just about to eat your edible. Sweet. What do you got? What kind of edible do you got? Just did a ghost hunt at Blair Witch on my channel. I feel a lot better now. It's just something that gets, I get like, periodically I get some stomach, I have a mesentery inflammation, and it just makes my life really cookie. Yes, nice cookies are good. I got to be careful with the sweets though. I make a lot of edibles, but a lot of the stuff that I make I don't eat. A little bit here and there. Of course, I like to taste it, make sure it's good, tastes good. Not dysentery, it's mesentery. It's actually the stomach. There's an organ in your stomach that's not widely known, but it's the thing that connects everything in your stomach together. That's an organ, and that on me it gets inflamed and it causes all kinds of issues. It lasts for a couple days and then goes away. But it beats the crap out of me for those couple of days. I feel better now. Yeah. I don't know if it has anything to do with the thyroid cancer that I have, but I have. I just had to consult with one doctor to say, yeah, got to have this cut out. So now they've sent me to a surgeon. So I just got the referral for the surgeon. So, of course, it was during. I got the approval for the referral on Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving. So I haven't been able to call the doctor to see when I can get an appointment to get in and have the surgery done. Shouldn't be a huge deal. Go into the hospital for day surgery. Put you under, cut this thing out of my neck, and then send me on my way. I'll be happy. It's starting to really, it bothers me. Feels like there's something in my throat all the time. Makes me sneeze a lot. Because if I run something like cold or hot, too quickly or something, it activates the sneezer in my throat. Yeah, it'll be soon. Probably in the next couple of weeks. And then I also have, I'm having an ear surgery done. I'm having a couple of things I have lined up here. Feels like you got a lump in your throat. You got to get, if it doesn't go away, you got to get it checked out. Sooner the better. Let me turn on my YouTube. I don't know if that was what was slowing things down before, but I can't see if what condition everybody's condition is in as far as moderators and whatnot. No, that's not what I meant. Dang it. Just go to my channel. Doesn't sound too bad. What filter am I using? Well, it's SnapCam. The filter is called Space. It's in the WFH section of the filters. It's this guy, and he's got several different backgrounds, like got a nice beach background, nice beach background. Under the sea, and the clouds in heaven. The beach, busy road, and then the aurora. It's got a few other filters, but those are the backgrounds that he has. I will, Shan. Have a good night. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Have a good night and stay sharp. Anybody else want to have a chat? Got 5 people watching. Anybody have any questions or concerns, suggestions? It's just me, Randomonium. I can't really see very well. I'm kind of winging it. Benny's usually here to help me out, but I'm doing the best I can. Oh, but. I do have a joint I can smoke. Anybody want to smoke with me? It's not 420 yet, but I don't care. Maybe I'll go ahead and play some videos. Anybody out there want to smoke? Got what you smoking on? No smokers, no tokers, no midnight, whatever. Jokers, tokers, smokers. Anybody? All right, well, that's a bummer. Anybody get any thing done during their time off? Any accomplishments? I have a friend who lives back in Virginia. He's probably 10 years older than me. Really awesome dude. His name is Tuck. And he fucking built a wooden rowboat in his basement, but he's got a basement with a big ass door. So he lives on the side of a mountain in Virginia. And he built this rowboat. And it's fucking beautiful, like handcrafted shit. Like, I was amazed. He does a lot of. He built this deck on his house that pretty much it's amazing. But the boat in his basement, like I didn't know he didn't never said anything to me about he was building a boat, so he kept a good secret. But he just popped up. Fuck, let me see if I can get to it here. All right, I think I can do this. I wish somebody would talk to me. Kind of sucks when I'm just, I know you're out there. Don't be shy. One way or the other. This is the boat my friend built. Isn't that amazing? Built that in his basement. All legal and everything. There's them taking it out on the lake. There's my man Tuck in his rowboat. Like, what the fuck, Tuck? Didn't tell me nothing. Didn't tell me nothing. Well, Okay, well, that was fun. Jack Evelyn. Hello, Jack Evelyn. How are you today? I'm so glad to see you. Yes, that was very cool. Uh, like I said, you can see from the pictures he lives basically on the side of a mountain. The driveway to his house is not anything to, Perth! Hey, hey, lady, how you doing? I'll bring it up again because I should have stayed on the pictures a little longer, so forgive me. Let me. Perth, I was just showing some pictures of my friend in Virginia. Lives on the side of a mountain. Built this freaking awesome boat. Share screen again. So here it is. Can I make the picture bigger? Guess not. So you can see we're on a mountain. You can see that, right? I'm so glad you're doing good, Perth. It's good to hear from you. I don't get around as much as I'd like to, but I'm glad you're here when I'm here. Uh, so his driveway pretty much winds around this mountain, like, you know, you almost definitely have to have a four-wheel drive or some high clearance vehicle to go up his driveway. Most people, you get to one section and you can park and then walk the rest of the way up. And that's what most people do. This is a lake there near his house. I used to live just down the road from him in Virginia. I miss it a lot. There he is in his beautiful boat. What more can you ask for? I miss these. I miss Tuck. I talk to him every once in a while, but just popped in. I need to take my dog for I leave it running to get some time up for Jack Evelyn. Thank you very much. That is sort of my objective. I was watching some people doing a live stream, and they were talking about their watch time hours. And they hit their 1,000 recently, like right around the time I did, which was just recently. And they were talking about their watch time hours. This one's got 1,200. This one's got 1,600. This one's got 1,800. And they're, worried about getting to the mythical number for monetization, which I really don't, you know, it's not my priority, but I looked at my watch time hours, I got 27. It's a particular style of rowboat, but the awesome thing about it is he's going to rig it for sailing, so he's got some more work to do on it. And that wide, low draft, what they call in boats, is almost unsinkable. Yeah, we'd probably feel like that floating on water. Go walk the doggy. Don't have the doggy crossing his legs. 27 is better than zero, yeah. But still, 27, come on. So I figured I'd go live here and pick up some time and then. Yeah, no, go ahead, Jacqueline. Don't, Jack Evelyn. Oh, you're in Melbourne. That's lovely. I'd love to go to Australia. It's going to be a while before we can accomplish a trip to Australia kind of thing. Uh, yeah, I'm real proud of my mate, Tuck. Did a real good job there. Real good job. So let me stop screen. Evelyn, okay, no problem. How you doing with your health? Well, I was just talking about that a little earlier. I'm going to finally get. I got the consult for the thyroid cancer, and uh, it's a follicular lesion, and they won't be able to tell with this particular type of cancer if it's benign or malignant, and it's an 80-20 or 70-30 kind of deal. So the doctor's recommending removing it, so that's what I'm going to do. And it's bothering me. It bothers me when I drink things and uh, I can feel it in my throat, and it makes me sneeze a lot. Conscious Evolution, how are you? Good day to you. Welcome to Randomonium's chill spot. We're just hanging out, listening to some tunes, and I was just showing a boat my friend made, and talking about my health. I feel okay. I've been having lots of ups and downs, and I'm just taking every day as it comes, and just trying to stay in touch and stay alive. Basically, just not doing much. Never mind the corona. I can't get very far on my own, and just recently had a stroke in my eye, which caused it to go all wonky. So it's like I don't. You probably can't see it here, but I have double vision. Get My eye really hurts a lot. I get really like these horrible headaches in my eye. It's all you can do, one day at a time. I'm not asking for much. Just want to make it to the end of the line. I want to see it coming. I don't want to be, I don't want to be in a place where I can't see it coming. I guess that's, one of the being lucky. Yeah, I do that. I live in the now. I take care of my health as best as I can personally. I try to eat as good as I can. Um, Try not to smoke. I don't drink. Uh, I have what I call stress cigarette every once in a while because I was a smoker for a long time, but I don't smoke steadily. I smoke my cannabis. I eat a lot of edibles, but not. I don't eat a lot of candy or sweets. Um, yeah, the doctor told me uh, to get an eye patch, but then he said don't wear it on one side all the time. You got to flip it back and forth. Now I've just been getting used to closing one eye because it just automatically, if I don't, like right now, the monitor's like a foot away and it's not double. But as soon as I back up, it just goes into two images. So as soon as I get up to walk anywhere, I automatically close my eye to get one picture. But then I lose all depth perception. And on top of that, I'm missing two toes, and I don't walk very well because I have like um, no, I have neuropathy in my leg. I can't feel them, so I'm constantly. I kind of shuffle along because I have a broken back and just severely crushed and deteriorated discs in my back. And so I don't walk like a normal person. I kind of shuffle around and you know. So having bad depth perception or double vision on someone who already can't has poor balance and can't walk very well. It's like, come on, keep it coming. Come on, keep it coming. Yeah, the lazy eye thing is that they do most of the time they correct themselves with a little bit of strengthening. So you cover the good eye and you let that lazy eye do all the work, and it eventually gets better. Um, and that is effective. In my case, because it's a palsy, uh, the doctor said that it's either it'll correct itself, it'll come back, your vision will correct itself. It'll He said that most of these just go away after 3 4 months. If that doesn't happen, then there's a couple of things that can be done, some surgery and also corrective glasses. So it's either going to go away or I'm going to get some glasses to fix it. But other than that, I'm just, you know, I kind of just stay in one place, watch a lot of YouTube. Um, our little shiny room out here in the garage is on the complete opposite side of a very large house that we live in. I'm not sure how many square feet, but it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2-car garage, and this room is in the far corner of that 2-car garage. So from here to my room is quite a distance. So, if I'm out here, I'm going to be out here for a while. Problem with being out here is Benny smokes, and it's a lot. It's a small room, and I find myself wanting a cigarette more and more. So I try to limit my time out here. I come out, I'll smoke a joint because this is where we smoke cannabis and we smoke cigarettes, and this is where all the adult happens, out here in this room. And we just don't smoke in the house because it's a filthy habit and it gets into everything. And so when I'm in my room or in the living room, I tend to stay there for as long as I can stand. And Betsy, what's up? Good to see you, Bets. So yeah, I just I just tend to stay in the same place for a long period of time, and then I'll move. It's so funny. Like every time I go live, I get like it's funny the mix of people that I get just lately when I go live. It's like a lot of overseas, Europe, England, Australia. I was just watching this dude that I watch on YouTube. He pretty much lives in the islands near Australia or New Zealand, but he goes around to these islands in this catamaran, and he just kind of just like backpacks around the island, and some of the islands he shows how full of garbage they are, and he cleans it up. No, we don't do the D Live. We don't do in the time that we've been on YouTube. There have been so many other platforms and blah 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 blah, and I get it. Everybody, I get it, but I can operate YouTube and I can do StreamYard, and I have OBS, but I don't use it because I can't work it. I can't figure it out. It's too much. I can't make it work the way I want it to work. And DLive, we both have accounts on DLive, but we went on there and Gomez. How are you, my friend? I am well, and you? I hope you are well as well. But yeah, we did that for a little while. We got, of course, we had a whole section of D Live that was just Benny, mostly Benny Loco. Benny Loco bashed the song. D Live for different. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but when D Live there and check it out, we had another friend that was on that introduced it to us. I don't know if anybody remembers Jinxie, but she told us about it, and we went over and checked it out, and it was cool, and we're like, yeah, but it takes a lot, and then like I said, it turned into a sort of a cesspit of you know just all the people who are not positive and don't want to just want to do us harm in some way for some reason. I don't know what it is. I still can't figure out what the heck Benny Loco or Randomonium did to anybody to deserve some of the stuff that goes on. I'll probably jinx myself. And speaking of jinx, but you know, this is what I do when I go on YouTube. I go on, I chat, and I chill. I miss listen to music, catch up with my friends around the world and everywhere. I don't. I don't go on this platform or any platform for that matter to be disgruntled or take any specific like staunch opinion on anything. Like I'm acceptive and receptive to just about everybody's opinions. Whatever you want to talk about may not be what I want to talk about, or may not be appropriate for that reason. But I'll let you know. Yeah, that's a snap cam background. I'm gonna have to smoke this joint now. Got a few people, got some friends in. This is just a combo. This is a mixed joint. Yeah, YouTube is our TV too. We don't watch network television. We don't watch over-the-air television. We have YouTube, Hulu, Amazon Prime, the Disney Channel. Um, I would speak my mind. I'll tell you what I think. It may not be what you think, and it may not be right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just like What I'm saying is I don't. My channel and my YouTube experience that I'm trying to create is more of like we're hanging out. This is my hangout. Like, uh, you know, before YouTube or before I was really into YouTube in that aspect, and before Corona and before a lot of things, when I was working, you hung out. I got a friend who's got a band. You went over to his house. I don't drink, but there was beers and refreshments, and they would practice their band, and you'd sit there and listen to some cool music. Sometimes it wasn't so good. People had barbecues, or you just went over to your friend's house to smoke some weed because you got some banging ass weed, that week, and you want to share with your buddies. So, a lot of places it's not legal. Like you can't just go, to a place and smoke weed. So you go to your friend's man cave or their spare room or their office or their house or whatever, and you smoke, you sit around, you listen to music, and different subjects would come up, movies and current events. People would talk, and you talk shit about each other, and you know whatever. But that was what it was, and then so I want to recreate that here on YouTube because I live a very you know hermit like existence. Benny as well. We really can't go anywhere. It was always about creating a place for us to get away from the rest of the world outside that door. This old stoner, how you doing? Television does suck for the most part. I don't understand a lot of it, but that's okay. There's plenty of YouTube. I can always find something I want to watch on YouTube. Oh, it never fails. Never fails. And I watch a lot of British and Australian shows and some Dutch shows. Well, that's awesome. This old stoner. Positive energy is what everybody needs. You get enough negative energy just, from being a human in the world. Positive energy is a cultivation. It's a project. It's you got to sow the seeds. You got to nurture positive energy. You got to share. Can't keep it all for yourself. Documentaries, garden shows, survival shows, camping shows. Benny watches a guy cut opals, paranormal, gaming, just everything you can think of is right there on YouTube. And if you think you're bad enough and you think there's something that's not on YouTube, then by all means, you get on there and you get yourself some equipment and you go ahead and make yourself some content and you could be the next YouTube badass. I'm not trying to change the world or change anybody's mind or I'm not trying to recreate television or the chat show or whatever it is. It's randomonium, sitting in a room, smoking weed, talking to my friends, listening to music. That's what it's always been. That's what it will always be. Occasionally, I might do something content driven, let's call it. I play around with editing mashup videos. That's my thing. I kind of hang drum and the harp, all that stuff. Yeah. Lyre harp, yeah. Steel drum, awesome. All that stuff is great. Love it. Love it to death. I do watch a lot of YouTube with the volume off because Benny sits right next to me and she's always watching something with the volume on and she can't wear headphones. Now, I have headphones, but I don't always wear them. And sometimes I'll just watch things with the volume off. But I find it helpful because that's where I find most of my videos, where I make my videos, because I'll be watching something that has a totally different soundtrack. But what's in my head is the thing that's, to me, is gold, because I'll see something and then the soundtrack in my mind starts and then I'm like, there it is, got to mash that up. And that's what I do. And some of them I put on YouTube, some of them I don't. Bagpipes are very difficult to play. That's a real big investment. My dad had several bagpipes, and go bed, Betsy. Much love, buddy. Love you. Be good. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next one. See, it's 4:07. Yeah, my dad was a musician. He played a lot of instruments and bagpipes. He had bagpipes. I didn't have a great relationship with my stepmother, and she kind of took over when he died. Yeah, my dad. He when my dad died, he didn't really leave a will. There was one thing for sure that she couldn't. It's funny. When he died, my dad was a very, let's call him a Renaissance man. He was into a lot of stuff. He had a lot of instruments. He had medieval weapons and stamp collections and coin collections, all kinds of stuff. Just tons of stuff. Well, I'm not bellyaching. I didn't get a lot of the stuff that had like the high value stuff, except for one thing. This guitar, this Martin guitar in its original Martin case. It's a custom made 1972 or 73 D style custom guitar made in Pennsylvania, Nazareth, Pennsylvania, by a friend of my father's who worked at the Martin Studios, Martin Design Studios, and manufacturing, whatever. The story with this guitar is my parents separated and got divorced, and my dad lived in Philadelphia, and my mom and my brother and we lived in New Jersey. So he would take us, I don't know if this was the first summer, but he took us for the summer the plan was to go, he was going to drive up to Boston or to Massachusetts from Pennsylvania, New Jersey area, drop us off at my grandparents' they had a lake house, drop us off at the lake for like a week, and then he was going to pick us up at there and take us into Boston and do all the Boston stuff, like go to a game, just go to Boston Commons, look at the freaking ducks and the goose or whatever. And so he dropped us off at the lake, and now we drove. My dad, his car was like a '70s Karmann Ghia. It was a 2-seat hardtop little sports car from VW. It had a space behind the front seats that it wasn't a seat, it was just a space. So we drove up to Massachusetts, which is from Pennsylvania, New Jersey area, which is I'm going to call it a 12-hour ride. If it's not more, it might be more, but it's central Massachusetts. Anyway, I was the smallest, so I rode in the back parcel space all the way up there. And the deal was that my brother was going to ride back. We go up. We have the time with my grandparents on the lake, and like on the last day at the lake, my dad had shown up. He was going to drive us. He was going to take us away the next day, go to Boston, do that for like another 4 or 5 days, and then drive back to Pennsylvania. So what ended up happening was, and on the way to Massachusetts, we stopped in Nazareth to pick up this guitar right here in its case. I got to keep saying that because it's important. So brand new, just picked it up at the factory. Hung out with my dad's homie for like a couple hours, and then in the car with me hugging this motherfucking guitar case in the back of this Karmann Ghia all the way up to my grandparents. So we get there, everything's fine. 4th day, exactly, touching the middle. Anyway, day before we're supposed to go to Boston and do all this stuff, and we're swimming in the freaking lake, and I jumped off a pier and into the water feet first, and I jammed my right foot down onto a metal milk crate that had rusted, and it was all sharp and nasty, and Went right through my foot, my toes. It was nasty. But it caught me, and I was like caught at the bottom, and I just yanked my foot off this thing, and then swam to the surface, and then was like screaming my head off. Got me out of the water, and my dad came. He had to come around the other side of the lake, like he had to get in the car, drive around to the side of the lake we were on. Bundled me into the fucking Carmen Gia, took me to the emergency room. Had like two nearly severed toes, and then it went through the bottom of my foot and through the top. And when I ripped my foot off, I did probably more damage than it did going in. But what the fuck? What are you gonna do? Drown? So they sewed it up and put like a soft cast around my foot and my leg, and now I had to stay in the hospital overnight. And then my dad's like, "Well, we can't, we're not going to go to Boston. We can't go to a game. We can't go to the museum. We can't go to what's the point? You're gimped up or whatever. You're injured." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be all right now." I try to talk him out of it because I've been looking forward to this whole, I'm sure there was something I wanted to do that wasn't going to happen. Anyway, so packed us into the Carmen Gia, me behind the seat with this cast on and the guitar, and my brother in the front seat, my dad driving back to Pennsylvania, or we might have went to New Jersey. I don't know if we went to his. See, my dad lived in Philly, and my mom lived in New Jersey. So we either went to New Jersey or Philly. And in some places, New Jersey and Philly are borders. Like you just you spit, you're in New Jersey. So on the way home, it was raining and it was cold. It was horrible. And those cars, the Carmen Gia is not very well insulated or, very close to the ground. It was horrible. So the consequence of that whole experience was at the end of it, my dad, like, I can clearly remember him. We get to the house. My brother got out of the car, and then he just like went inside. He didn't even look to see he didn't care about me. Still doesn't. But my dad came around, opened the door, pulled the seat forward, took the guitar, and then he like had it in his right hand and he reached in for me with his left hand, and then he's like, "Oh no," he goes, "Just sit right there. I'll let me put this down and I'll come right back for you." And then and I'm already trying to get out of the car, and he's like, he puts the guitar down and he reaches in, he kind of gets me out of the car, and like he's kind of half carrying me, and then he kind of sits me down on the stoop, and he looks at me and he's like, "When I die, this guitar will be yours. You earned it. You took care of it the whole time. You suffered for this guitar. You deserve. When I die, you'll have this guitar." So, and he would tell that story about that trip, the whole thing, and he had his side of it to tell, of course. But it was always, "And when I die, you'll get this guitar." And he told it so many times to so many people. There was no way my stepmother was going to get away with selling that guitar for the money or giving it to somebody else. There was just no way. So when he died, I got that guitar, and it's right there. And this guitar was played by very many famous people, including Paul Simon. My mind's going blank, but a lot of the people my dad gigged with and played with, and over time, it's 1973, let's call it. It's 40 some years old. Plays like a dream. Sounds like heaven. And there's no other one like it in the world. And the case is the original custom case. So yeah, I got the guitar. I didn't get the bagpipes because, well, for whatever reason, she told me was probably not the reason. But I didn't get a lot of the stuff, and I really don't care. Funny thing, I did go there when my dad died. I went there and went to the house, and she had some stuff like it was like some random stuff piled up, and it was like, this is your stuff you can take with you. There's other stuff you won't be able to take, I understand, but this stuff you can take. And the guitar was kind of like off in the corner. It wasn't with the pile of stuff. It wasn't a huge pile, but it was like some pictures I had given him when I was a kid that he saved. Uh, some just some other bits and pieces that were like ephemera from my life, from my childhood that he saved. That things that a napkin that I did a doodle on, or just some stuff that he saved, different stuff. And in a big cardboard box, I I look through the stuff and I get to this cardboard box, and it's a big box. It has a cover. I go, oh, what's all this? And I pull the cover off, and it's all porn, like magazines and 8 millimeter tapes. There was a couple of VHSs in there, but just straight porn, like tons of it. And I'm like, whoa, is this a mistake? Did you mean to put this in another pile? Like, you're going to throw this out? She's like, no, I thought you'd want to have it. It's your dad's. And I was like, why? Why? Like, why? It was, it was pretty weird. And I was like, no, I don't want it. And, my wife at the time wasn't Benny, was there. Or maybe it was Benny. I think it was Benny. It was Benny. So, she's no porn maven. She's completely against porn. And I was like, I didn't want it anyway. I mean, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't want my dad's porn. And, so I was like, I told her, I was like, I don't want this. And she's like, oh, you sure it was your dad's? And I'm like, yeah, you keep saying that, and that's making it weirder. It's not making it better. I don't want his personal stuff like that. Like, are you going to give your family your vibrator when you die? Like, that's gross. I don't know if it's equivalent, but. And then I was like, I can't believe I'm arguing you about this. Like, I don't want it. End of story. My Uncle Bill had an acoustic Martin that was priceless, much older and different. The situation was much different. Stepson hawked it for pennies. There's so many of those guitars. There's a lot of old. Martin is a very old guitar maker, and there are some from the 1800s that are priceless. I don't. My plan, honestly, for real, is I want to leave very little. I have more stuff than I can manage right now. I have so much stuff that's just literally getting eaten by rats or rotting away in the desert. Just it's heartbreaking because I can't do anything about it. I'm not physically capable of maintaining some of these things that need to be maintained. I'm talking about air. I have an air compressor that needs to be maintained. I have a 10,000 watt dual fuel generator that needs to be maintenance, and just a bunch of other stuff that we need to go through, and I just want to get everything to as little as possible, so when I die. I have a situation now. My mother died last year in May, a year plus ago, and I still haven't been to her house. And she lives all the way in Florida. Now, she died in May. I was in the hospital, hooked up to machines in 6 weeks, and all that. And not able to afford, no job, trying to get disability, struggling to survive, uh, trying to do everything we can to keep the roof over our heads and blah blah blah. And there was no way I could go to Florida to deal with all of that because my mother has my mother was, you might want to call her a hoarder, but she had a lot of stuff from her life that was full of, my mother had a very, varied and sometimes amazing, sometimes not so much. Uh, but she has a lot of stuff, and I can't go down there and sit there and go through it and try to figure out what to do with her house. And I have to pay the taxes on that property down there because I own it. I have the deed somewhere. But it just goes on, and I can't get there. I cannot drive there because I can't drive anymore. I can't afford to fly there. Uh, Buses and trains are not that less expensive, and it takes a hell of a lot of time. And I don't think I could physically, health wise, do a train journey or a bus journey for sure. So, and I mean, she had a couple of cars, a brand new car. It's all sitting down there. It's a long story. There's more to it, but I haven't been able to get down there. Um, that's cool. A 50s Fender, worst Fender there. That happens. But those Fenders still have more value than they had when they were new because it was the worst Fender that Fender made. So don't ever get rid of it, but just put a note on it that just because this is the worst guitar the Fender made, that in itself makes it valuable. No, Gomez, it's all right. I'm not really. Again, we're in our basement. We're hanging around. We're smoking. We're chilling, and I'm just talking about what's going on in my life, and you guys are doing the same. There's no, you know, I wish I could help so many people with things that, a few years ago would have been easy for me to help. Here, just get it done. I was that. Benny and I were those kind of people for years and years and years. You know, we were people that were known as a light touch. Come on, tell us your story. Okay, seems reasonable. Oh, those are easy to do, machine heads. Yeah, so I haven't been able to get there. I just got my mother's ashes literally a month ago or 20 days ago. They sat on a shelf at the crematorium for over a year until I could scrape up $120, $124.60 to have it sent through the mail. They have to be sent a certain way, and it's $100 something to send. I don't know. Anyway, I finally got her. So I don't want to leave that for my kids or my grandkids. Both of my kids live in another country. I got two grandkids who live in another country. They're not, I don't expect them to come all the way here to fuck with my shit. Yamaha's a good guitar, but some of these Japanese guitars are, I don't know. It's like buying a diamond. Sometimes you get a really, really good one with good clarity and, good color clarity and everything. And then sometimes you get one that's, it's got a little inclusion here. You know what I'm saying? It's like that with some of those factory Japanese guitars because but every one of those factories has like a studio guitar or designer guitar that are one offs. They'll take the basic model and then put it in the shop and hop it up is what I used to say when I was a kid. We used to say, let's go hop it up, whether it was a car or the go kart or whatever. We were always hopping it up. But I'll get to my mom's. I understand, Gomez. I thought about doing all that, but I've spent over 50 years, pulling up my own bootstraps and doing, what I need to do to get things done. And, right now, I just had my second disability hearing. Hopefully, things will go well. I think it went well. I think things are on my side. I can't work, people. I'm not trying to game the system. I'm blind. I'm deaf. I can't walk. And, I have a lot of issues that prevent me. Otherwise, Randemonium be working right now. You can ask anybody who's known me for the last 20, 30, 40 years. I have worked every holiday. I have worked when I was known as the person to go to when you didn't want to do your on-call service, because every job I've had is service related, technical services, mechanical, engineering, that kind of thing. So you're sharing an on-call schedule with, anywhere from one other guy to 10 other guys or more, depending on where you work. So you might be every other week you're on call 24/7, or every 10 weeks or more you're on call. I preferred it when there was more guys because I would tell everybody, hey, you don't want to do your on call, let me know. I'll take it over for you. So I would spend weeks on call service. 24/7. Phone rings, you're going out the door. I made a ton of money doing that, but I missed a lot of holidays, birthdays, special events. You know the story. It's the same story. I was working and grinding to make money to survive, to keep, whether it was, when I was 18 and just got married and had a wife, and then a couple years later a child. I was grinding to take care of them and myself and provide a level of, a lifestyle that was decent and, never wanted to be, well, I can't say it. My first wife was very materialistic. And one of my problems was I couldn't provide, as the years went on, she wanted more than I could give. So anyway, so like I said, so if I could go and get a job and not have to go to doctor's visits 3 times a week and be sick because of medication or because of a random, like I said, I have this random illness that hits me, like, you know I don't even know what the schedule is, but it's happening a lot now. And you know if I could work at a damn McDonald's, I'd do it, whatever it takes. I've never shied away from work. I've never shied away from work. When there was work to be done, that was what Randemonium was doing. What is Randemonium doing? He's working. You never had to ask what I was doing. I'm always doing something. And that's part of my name. See, Randemonium, like pandemonium, because I've always had, this fidget. My grandfather used to call me Fidget. He would have hated a fidget spinner. He would have thought I invented it. But I was never tested for any ADHD or any of that because I was always very smart and I did very well in school. I didn't have a problem. Uh, Actually, I had lots of problems, but I hid them well and I found workarounds and I made it work. I made it work. I found a way to make it work. I didn't give up. I didn't say, "Oh, I can't do this. It's too hard." No, actually the learning problems that I had fed into my overactivity because then I would direct my overactivity, my energy into finding a way to figure this out to make it work for me, and I did that. So I was never tested for anything like that, but I think I do. Because here's the thing: stimulants, any kind of stimulant that uh, cocaine, speed, anything from cola to Coke, including caffeine, tea, coffee, tea, anything that has a stimulant in it, makes me sleepy. I really just want to chill out. I just want to relax. When I was younger, in the younger days, I would try a little cocaine with some friends. Again, in this kind of situation, you're hanging out. Somebody says, "Hey, is anybody interested in a few toots?" Depending on your mood or what, nobody's judging. Have a couple of toots. And that part also goes along with my. I've never had an addictive personality. I don't get like hooked on stuff because it's like I don't get that into it. And that goes to for anything. I'm a huge Chicago Bears fan, but like, I'm not gonna go like overboard. Like, I'm not a fanatic. I'm not a disciple of the Bears. Um, but yeah, I would do that, and then I would be like on the couch snoring, taking a nap, and everybody else is like up, and, watching, listening to music, hanging out, and everybody's up and wants to go. Let's go do something, and I'm like fucking sleeping. DMC, what's up? Good to see you. Glad you came. I'm just sitting here chattering off at the mouth as I do. How are you doing tonight? It's good to see you. You know Perth? Perth is a long, long time friend of mine. And I'll tell you what, uh, um, Perth has been a long, long, long time friend of Benny Loco and Randomonium. But just no but. I don't know why I keep saying that. She is awesome. She's awesome. Very, she has her opinion, her views on the world, and I respect and admire her ability to articulate that in a way that's very easy to understand, and no ambiguity. Um, and I love her for that. And I think it's hard to find people in this world who are just willing to tell you what you think, and take it or leave it, buddy. But not be offended or put out or upset if you don't agree or if you have a differing opinion. No pressure. I never try to pressure anybody into thinking the way I do. Day by day, D. I know, man. That's kind of what we're talking about. It's day by day. I wish it was something different. I just want to be able to meet my day uh, with my eyes open and my ears open and my mind clear. I don't want to be. I don't want to be on a machine. I don't want to be out of it. I want to be clear headed and I want to be there in the moment, ready for it. Oh, that's cool, Gomez. I'm all good with that. You can have as many people as you want on, as much as your attention can handle. I'm just talking shit anyway. It's, just me rambling along about this, that, and the other thing. Uh, I am going to play a couple of things. DMC, that happens through a lot of different. I tried to explain this to Benny a few times, but of course, YouTube has the YouTube purge that happens every 90 days. I think nowadays. Yeah, go ahead. Bounce back and forth. That's all good. I'll put some music back on. Let me just check this out. All right, got that on, and then I'm going to put. Yes, coffee. I could probably do with a coffee now, but like I said, it'll make me sleepy. But it also makes me calm, you know, less irritable. I wanted to play this. If I'm going to be able to figure out the right one. So what's up on Saturday? It's Saturday. How's Benny? Benny is having a nap. It's one of the reasons why I am doing this now. No, honestly, you know, Benny and I are both very gregarious, and uh, in different ways. Benny is a big personality. Uh, I'm sure she's a big personality, and the meal was awesome. Benny did an awesome job. I was sick as a dog. I managed to make the au gratin potatoes with broccoli, but I had made that like a day, 2 days ahead. Um, uh, I made something else, but I can't remember. But anyway, uh, it was awesome. Benny is, like I said, uh, I say and do things on my live stream that she wouldn't say or do. Um, I have a habit, people want to say it's a no filter thing, or like, I kind of hate that expression because I have a filter. I just don't choose to use it. Like in the time when I don't think, like, again, you guys, there's 6 people watching now. Okay, whether you like it or not, 6 people, which, let me see, I probably can't account for all of you, but okay, there's DMC, Gomez, Perth, and me, and 2 other people. Okay. So right now, you would all be hanging out in my basement or my friend's man cave or my friend's or some other one of our friends back. We would be at Gomez's place in the backyard, or we would be at DMC's place in the basement or in his man cave or his office or the front room, depending on the situation, whatever. And we'd all be hanging out, and we'd be talking about, what's for dinner tonight. Perth's like, oh shit, let me get a cup of coffee, and in the kitchen she goes. Uh, you know, it's like that, and I don't have any fear, or I don't have any like fear filter, or I don't know what you call it. I just say what I want to say, and you know, I don't do anything for shock value, or for you know, for brownie points, or for to be on anybody's side, or not even. Mostly it's just to get a laugh, to be funny or irreverent, or whatever it is. Like, sometimes I want to needle somebody, sometimes I want to poke Benny and say something that I know is going to get her on her, get on her tits. But yeah, just being yourselves, talking about what you want to talk. No fear that somebody's gonna, come hard on you because you said something or did something. It's a comfort zone. So Benny's comfort zone is a little bit different than mine, however. Still. So when she's live or we go live on her channel and I'm just in the room and I'm helping her work some things or whatever she needs help with, and I comment and I talk, and sometimes I'll go on the camera, random head, whatever. um, but it's still me walking into a room full of her friends, being goofy and just being a goof, and then I leave. And it's like I rile up the room full of her friends, and then I leave. It's like, okay, but it's nice to be able to do the live stream without her here. Um, just because she does bring a lot to the conversation, to what's going on, to the chat, and we kind of start talking over each other, and it just it's hard to concentrate, and it can be frustrating. Benny has she has a way of um, I've been with Benny for 25 years, y'all. So I know her very well, and she has a way of um, she does this thing. This is the thing. This is the believe it or not, the one thing that irritates me the most. She finishes my sentences, and that doesn't sound very much of a big deal, and it's not, and that's why I don't worry about it. But that's the thing. She finishes my sentence, and I get irritated because a lot of the time she really doesn't know. Dale, DJ Dale, because that's funny. You asked if you're talking about DJ Dale. Finally, somebody asked me a question and shut me up. That's awesome. If you're talking about our DJ Dale from South Carolina, I have not heard from him in a long time, but I think about him all the time. And I was thinking about him the other day because, and I'll tell you why. Get this guy out of here. Shut up. Because I was playing his song the other night. I was trying to get in the mood, sort of. I was just trying to feel better, let's say, and I played this song because this song always makes me feel better. But it also, like a lot of things, driver's seat. He hangs on D Live a lot. Well, if you see him, you tell him to get his ass over here and say hi, because I think about him a lot, and I always think about him when I play driver's seat, because that's kind of how we met, Dale. I was playing this song. No. I did it. Benny and I did a music stream, and he was in the chat, and we first met him. I think he came into our chat a couple of times, and then one time he came in and he asked me to play driver's seat. He's like, play that song. I love that song. So I did. And then from that day on, that was Dale's DJ Dale. Then I started calling him DJ Dale because he was always asking me to play songs. That was the thing. And so I would play whatever anybody asked to play. I don't fear the copywriter. Like I say, I'm not trying to get monetized. I really don't care, and I want to have fun, and I want to do what I do. And sorry, if you want to make a donation to PayPal, that's awesome. But I'm not going to make money through YouTube, and I doubt that most people do. So, but if you see Dale, you tell him Randomonium and Benny Loco said hey, and we miss him. There was some stuff that went down Perth. I don't know how much. See, we don't talk about it, and we don't like really tell anybody about it because we just want it to stop. So we don't. Yeah, so like we just want it to go away, so we just kind of leave it. And I don't know if Dale got caught up with that because there was a couple of things. Uh, Jinxie. I used to get these notifications for Jinxie in YouTube to go to D Live. Or there was a couple places she was broadcasting from or whatever. And so I would go and I would, hey Jinxie, what's up? Miss you, whatever. And she was cool and everything until one time she took offense to something I said. Like it may have been like I may have said something misogynistic or like chauvinistic or something, but like as a joke. Like I said, this is not serious, and if you think everything is serious, then sorry. Anyway, I said something. I don't even remember what it was, but she took a big giant hill of offense to it. And I was like, whoa, I'm sorry. Like, I was just messing around, joking, whatever. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. She says things that are, not appropriate. What you would say in the old days, not appropriate for mixed company. But anyway, long story short, she got really mad at me, and I just said, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I left. And I was like, "Well, maybe we can talk later." And I'm really, really sorry. I really like Jinxie. We always did, but she flipped out, and that was that. And then Dale was part of that because, and I didn't know. I don't even know if I should say it here, but they were more than friends, which I didn't know. I thought Jinxie was married, and you know, but that doesn't, see how stupid and old fashioned I am? That doesn't matter, right? Especially on here, you can be whoever the fuck you want to be. You can tell anybody you want to be. That's what happened with my first wife. People do like to meddle, Perth. You're absolutely right. They suck. Anyway, I'm going to lower this music. Pause it. And then I'm going to share this. And then there was a whole nother thing going on with a whole nother section of the YouTubes. And I learned a lot from this experience. That some people don't understand the whole concept of being friends and having a friendship, and there's things that you need to give up. I have friends who have lots of money and a good job and all kinds of beautiful things, but I'm not. That never comes in. I'm not friends with their stuff. I'm not friends with their job. I'm not friends with their bank account. I'm friends with that person, and it's irrelevant to all the rest of it. I'm not on their payroll because I've been up and I've been down. I'm the same person either way. And the people that I know are the same person either way. Some of them wear a really, really good disguise. And they really, really know how to say the right things. It's like getting a girlfriend or a boyfriend, there's people out there who befriend you and they tell you all the things you want to hear. They whisper sweet nothings, and, and they become that person. Oh, they would never do that to me. They would never say that about me. Oh, it would never be that person. That person that you say that about is the person who's doing it. I almost 100% guarantee that person in your life that you say would never do that, they're the person. That's the person. Watch out. There you go, Perth. It might have been, I mean, I guess you could count it up as 3 times, but anyway, I've got a lot of friends on YouTube, and this one, Ox, really champion guy, and I'm going to play his video that he made for Benny and Randomonium, just as a little entertainment. If you can, go to Ox's channel. It's just Ox, O-X, but you might have to put Ox P.M.A to get to his channel and subscribe or watch his other videos. Like I said, he's an awesome guy. Get this up here. This is going to play. I've got a lot of friends on YouTube, and this one didn't want to do that. So we got to mute that. All right, I think I got this now. Let me take. How do I get? Fuck it. All right. I got to get rid of this thing on the bottom, the banner. How do I do that? I'm lost, folks. All right. I gotta go back. Hang on with me. Fact. Was it really that far back? New comments. Soul Stoner. Let me go back a little bit further. Oh, unless I do. Oh, I could do this. Hey, thank you. And then hide. Huh, that was a lot easier. All right, here we go. Again, it's Ox. I'll put his linky link in the. This is the link for this video, but you can go see this video and then, of course, watch some more videos and like and share and subscribe. Oh, somebody's already got the link. I'm so slow. Okay, here we go. Tribute, or I don't know what to call it. Just Benny and Rand. This is what the video is called. And I'll take that. Let me turn it down slightly. All right. And some harmony. We'll take it by the hand. I got a hand for you. I'm gonna run with you. I saw you standing there. Your eyes were red, your hair was down. Let's get this stuff. That's too bad. I'll never see you smile. We'll take it all together. We'll take it all I want to love you the best I can. I don't know how Milky Hurts got in there, but that's Milky Hurts. I love her so much. Look at that smile. I love her. Peace out. You're a legend, mate. Absolute freaking legend. Step back. There he is. Hey, Ox. Holy shit, you heard us talking to Bandcamp? Okay, I gotta add. Sorry. Skip the ad. Skip the ad and turn that off. Pause that and go back over here. Ox! You're always gonna be making videos, brother. It's all good. It's all good. I watch all my videos, through Benny. Like I've explained this before. I'll watch whatever Benny's watching. So her comments are basically my comments. She will thumb up for me people's channels. She'll use my account, which I don't think is illegal. I give her my permission to thumb up people's channels, but she doesn't make comments because she's not me. Never got a nurse. It's all good, Ox. I just wanted to play that because I thought it was awesome, and I didn't play the one that turns me into a big old mushy crybaby. Why doesn't anything want to cooperate with me? Yeah, I didn't play the one that made me cry because I would cry. So I didn't do that. That's cool. So how's Ox doing tonight? Well, the notification thing is just one of those YouTube deals, man. I don't know. People say you gotta unsubscribe and subscribe again and ring the bell again, and I don't know. There's people who come through that had a ranch and don't have a ranch. Look, this old stoner, no ranch. See, and I don't pay attention because I'm on the StreamYard chat, and there it doesn't show if you're a moderator or not. So don't take offense. Oh man, it's a good fight, I guess. I spoke a little bit about that just before. I don't worry too much about it. But yeah, like DMC said, we're here. We're here. We're ready. Oh, Gemma's Journey Grace is alive. Good. Love Gemma. I'm just looking around the internet, see if there's anything that I need to be aware of. Gotta keep my fingers in many pies. I've been watching a British show called Dragon's Den, which I guess is the British version of Shark Tank. They have an Australian version, and they have an Irish version. I'm sure they have many versions. What's up, Doja? Hello, baby. I know it's 5 o'clock. I'm kind of hungry. Are you hungry? Is that the problem? Is there a phone out here? Can I make a phone call? Can I get you delivery? Can I get delivery for you? Because getting up for me, yeah, there's no phone out here. It's the one thing I did not. Oh, she just farted. Every time you sit down, you let one go, and that one was. They probably heard that. Did y'all hear that? Gemma's the girl from the UK. Gemma's Journey Grace. Yeah, she's live. She's autistic. She's awesome. She does a lot of. We've known her for a long time, and she's. We've watched her grow on YouTube and in herself, and she's not the same little Gemma that we knew back then. But that's good. It's a good thing. She's grown. But she's good peeps. You heard it, DMC? It sounded like a sound effect, but that was Doja. She's when she sits down, she's a big girl and that weight just pushes them out. It's kind of funny actually. I should set up the mic down there on the ground. Fucking shotgun mic. Yeah, I don't engage. I the only way I engage with the trolls or any of that is just merely like if it's something that I know it's how to explain this. There's people who randomly come in and they're like, what's this? What's going? They have a bit of a trolly kind of attitude or whatever. I try to engage with people and say, what's up? And this is what it's about, and this is what we're doing. If you're peaceful and positive, and you want to hang out, and listen to some tunes, then you're welcome to be here. But other than that, if you're gonna come and call me, names or call my wife names or make threats or put my address in there or whatever you're gonna do, it's all been done. I'm not interested in, I'll just shut it off and go do something else. It's 5 o'clock anyway. I'm feeling a little peckish. That's right, DMC. You're coming into my house. You're coming in to hang out and be cool. And anytime, I've been in a real life situation where someone wasn't being cool, then they were asked to leave or made to feel as uncomfortable as possible that they wanted to leave, or everybody else would just leave. So, it's just like that. Yeah, it's all cool. I mean, that's people. I got no problem with any of it. People who want to, make it into, entertainment, sport, a game, whatever it is. That's cool. Because there's plenty of fodder out there. There's plenty of, you know. But if you got a problem with me, then just tell me what it is. Why do you have a negative impression of Randomonian or Benny Loco for that matter? I just played that video. That is Benny Loco. The pictures you see of Benny Loco, you know, of course, real life gets in the way, and we're not all cheery and happy and wonderful all the time. But she does not, she doesn't come in the basement to piss on anybody's cornflakes. Like me, we say what we say, we do what we do. We are honest and open to a fault, and you know, like I said, if you're a troll and you're coming in, you're just, you know, just a kid being goofy and stupid, and saying something inappropriate, that's one thing. But when you're, it's a directed thing and you know the people who are doing it and you're like, just in your head, you're like, what is the problem? Just move along. You're not, don't come to my basement anymore. Don't come here. We're not, you're not welcome. Or tell me what you got as a beef and let me either A, have the opportunity to just say, oh shit, dude, I'm sorry I did that. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't even realize, or I'm going to tell you, yeah, I did that and here's why. So I'm either going to be, what do you call it, remorseful and try to make amends, or I'm going to tell you why I did it and the reason why I believe it to be right and tell you to the fuck off if you're not happy about it. So we can't have a conversation about something. I do something wrong. I expect you to come to me and say, hey, you did something wrong. You did this, X, Y, and Z. You said something, did something, whatever. Give me the opportunity to give you my feedback on the situation. But of course, a lot of people don't want that. They don't want to hear your truth. They don't want to hear your side told by you. Come as you're back. Yeah, it's like I said, it's it's what it is. If you're gonna go on the YouTube streets, you're gonna have to deal with the YouTube streets, and there's really no getting around that. So we don't try. We just move along, keep strong, be ready, be vigilant, and try to have some fun. Enjoy the scenery. So I'm gonna have a little puff on this joint, what's left of it, and then I gotta go see what's going on. I wish there was a way I could call a child. Doja, help me out. Yes. Because Doja's nibbling on everything right now. Stop! Don't nibble on Nana's cushion. Um, burp. Doja's getting her chew on. So this is pretty fun. Was it hour and 3 minutes? Or according to StreamYard, it's an hour and 43 minutes. So I think that's the human condition right there, DMC. It's sometimes I'm dark. Sometimes I want to stab a motherfucker in the eye. Sometimes I don't want to be so positive, and I'm a presence in real life. Maybe not so much now, but when I was young and strong, and I didn't fuck around, and people did not fuck around with me. So and that was just a given, like a very short time, a very short time to get things done, and I want to get it done, and I don't want to fuck around getting it done. So let's get it done. Then we'll fuck around. I love to fuck around, but there's a time to fuck around, and there's a time to get the job done, and whatever that job is, I don't want to. Exactly. Slaughter the hordes. Slaughter the hordes of Azeroth. Yeah, but it's just, you have to, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to live, I don't want to get a life sentence. And a motherfucker a lot of times isn't worth the fucking trouble. And a lot, and more than 90% of the time, the trash takes itself out. The fucking trash takes itself out. And that's all. You just got to say that to yourself. This motherfucker's going to fuck up and somebody else is going to stab him in the eye. I won't have to go to jail and ruin my life. Ox, to each his own. More power to you. Yeah, no one. I came close. You know, my first wife was determined to just literally destroy my life, like for good and for all time. And I almost went to jail for good for it. That's another story for another time. Perth is back. Let me see if I wish my damn phone was in here. The cell phone's not in here. The regular phone's not in here. I really can't. Well, it's all right. What is WoW? Oh, World of Warcraft. My daughter was just here for Thanksgiving. Um, don't worry, she's as quarantined as we are, and take time to make a plate. No, I can't. I can't. Uh, See, I want to do that. I would like to try and play that game. She just showed me a little bit of it, and of course, it's been around forever, and I've seen other iterations of the game. I need to play something that is pretty like straightforward. When there's a lot of stuff where you have to like learn spells, make spells, collect spells, or combine weapons, or like when there's a lot of different screens and you have to make a lot of decisions, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I tried EverQuest. I've tried this one called, I think it's called Eden or something. It's like set in outer space. I couldn't do it. It's too much. I like games that are like puzzle game where you have to figure stuff out too, like detective games. I love racing games and simulators. Um, if I ever have a few extra dollars like that, I would really like to have a steering wheel and all the pedals and stuff to play ATS, American Truck Simulator, European Truck Simulator, because part of my job for the past 30 years has been driving around the country, several different countries, um, all kinds of places, all kinds of situations. See, I also do. I like the open world. Eve Online, yeah, I tried to play that. I couldn't do it. Um, yeah, I'll play. I'll drive around in a circle all day long on a video game. I love. You know, I would like to get a PlayStation. I think what was it, PlayStation 2 or 3. I've had PlayStations and Xboxes because I've had kids, but Somebody out there? Hey! Oh! Dofus online game. I tried Second Life at one time. The problem with some of these games too is that uh, Benny believe well. There's a lot to be said for it, but you know how everything gets turned into like a dating site, or she's like, those people are just looking for a date or whatever. I don't know what it is. It's like she doesn't like it if I'm, in an online world where there's a potential for people to get up to no good. But I'm not interested in any of that anyway. Yeah, Perth. Puzzles and treasures. I do get boring with all the killing. It's all the same after a while. It is interesting how games have advanced, and the scenery and the visuals are all very awesome, very cinematic, and but really not. I've been in some situations, and it's nothing like the movies, unfortunately. I like simulation, the flight simulator. Like I said, the American Truck Simulator. It just reminds me of driving. You can drive from anywhere in the United States, any road, any highway, and you can take missions or whatever. You deliver things from one place to another. If you're late, you get deducted points and whatnot. Oh, cool. I also like to. I watch a guy who he plays ATS, American Truck Simulator, but he listens to Art Bell tapes. So it's like 2 or 3, 4 hour stream of him driving this truck from point A to point B, and it's on the radio is Art Bell. I don't know if y'all know who Art Bell is, but it's a really, really cool. This used to be his theme music right here, or one of his intro tunes was this Donna Summer song. Yeah, I find it really hard to get into stuff where you have to do a lot. I don't thinking games when when you're like Perth said, where you have to figure out puzzles and that sort of thing. Those are all very groovy, and I like those games. You can take your time. People aren't shooting at you trying to kill you. Well, most of the time they're not. But I do watch. I watch people play. I know I've played GTA and I have Red Dead Redemption. I don't have two, but the first one was awesome. I loved it, and I love the open world idea where you can follow missions and have a quest and all that, or you can just go fuck off and pick flowers and kill shit, hunt. You know, but there is even those open world games. There's a certain amount of leveling up and opening up the map. There's certain, you can't just go do certain things and not open the map, because some of the things that you want to do, you want to see the rest of the map, you're going to have to do some quests and missions or whatever it is. Yeah, this whole summer, awesome. Cool. We need to freaking work on the air ride, dude. The air ride toilet is a real. I was thinking about it the other day for obvious reasons, but I mean, there's I think there's a real market for it. I've been watching a lot of Dragon's Den and Shark Tank and shit like that, and I think there's a couple of things that I've got up my sleeve that that would be investable ideas. Yeah, there you go, Perth. a lot of those games are worth having and playing, and there's plenty of good playtime in them, and that's awesome. There you go. Encourage them to get that 5 as soon as possible. No, the air ride toilet has more to do with my balls going into the pool, going swimming, as it were, when you sit down on the toilet. And one time I talked about, I think it was with DMC, we talked about making an air ride toilet, like the seats in a big rig. When you sit down on it, they kind of like adjust, you know, so you could have it like where it would adjust for your size and weight or something. Cool. There you go. Free. Free is awesome. Free is awesome. I have Balls Creek barbecue sauce, which is a real thing I could make literally in a couple days. I could whip up an awesome hot sauce or barbecue sauce and a seasoning mix. Print up labels. I can get the jars and the bottles, online, and make a fucking box of Balls Creek barbecue sauce. Make a nifty little jingle and a little video. I mean, that's all it is. We'll go to farmers markets and sell the stuff, get some sales, go to a couple trade shows. Bob's your uncle, man. The barbecue sauce and hot sauce and seasonings, that shit's off the charts. And I have the option of medicating all that stuff here in California, so there's always that medicated option. But Balls Creek is a real place in Nova Scotia, and I love the name, of course, for obvious reasons. And I just think Balls Creek barbecue sauce just rolls off the tongue. And I just see like the label is like a fishing village or like a quayside, with some shit, with some boats and seagulls and like, Balls Creek barbecue sauce. It's awesome. No, there isn't an air ride toilet, but I want to bring one to the market. It's an idea we had here in the basement, and along with the Balls Creek barbecue sauce, the air ride toilet was an idea. Now, listen, there was a guy who took money, collected money for Trump's campaign, who scammed people with an idea similar to this. He was actually taking money, investments for a toilet system that was made for well endowed men. Now, I didn't want to put it like that, but I just don't like it when I sit down on the toilet and my balls go into the water. Uh, Now I realize it has to catch on in order for it to, be available everywhere you go. But in my house, I would love to be able to sit down. Now, I know you can adjust the water and everything, but you can't adjust it to a point where it's still effective. Let's just put it that way. And your balls don't go in the drink. Oh shit, carpal tunnel from video games. That stuff fucking shit. That's legends. Chrome, I don't know if I would make it in Chrome. It's basically just the seat would have to be, and we're only talking about, an inch or two of rise. My wife doesn't have to be that high up. She'd be her feet would be swinging, or the kids' feet would be swinging. So when I sit down on it, or before I sit down on it, you push a button and that thing inflates and it rises up a couple inches. And then when you sit down, everybody's good. My boys aren't swimming. And then when you get up, when you flush the toilet, When you flush, that automatically deflates or raises or lowers the toilet seat down back to its normal. I mean, what is nothing worse than that, Ox? Literally, and imagine you live in a household where it's, if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. That's an issue. So then I'm getting out the wet wipe because my balls went into some pissy water. I don't want to freaking have to jump in the shower and wash my whole body because my balls got a little pissy water on them. So I get out the wet wipes and take care of business. That's a good idea. There's a lot of people who do that. They hook it up to the hot water. Now, the thing that that would be another part of the seat would be it would be heated or warmed. So it would be warm when you sit down. Your balls aren't going to go into cold water. Yeah, see, but that flushing twice before sitting down negates the whole not flushing. At certain times, then you're wasting water. So that just pisses my wife off. 2-seater outhouse, yeah. Listen, I've seen some doozies, man. I've seen some doozy bathrooms in both ways. Like, I've seen some things I would be like, oh, I'm not going in there. Spiders, yeah. But there's some spiders out there that can end your days, Perth. Fluffy, the toilet seat? No, it would just be a stone, not a stone. It would just be a regular seat with some kind of raising mechanism. No, yeah. Shag would be a dingleberry mess. Toast and shit together, stay together. That's funny. No, I like to do that in person, by myself. I have a little bit of even pee shyness. I can't, and I have for a man, a big hairy man, I'm not, I don't like to make like noises, and I'm not gross like that. I'll fart. I don't care about that. I know people. Listen, what is going on? I'm gonna go. I gotta go because it's 2 hours now. Well, I'm showing 2 hours. What does YouTube tell me? It's 2 hours. So I'm just gonna shout everybody out. Special thanks to all my friends that came to the basement today and hung out. DMC Productions, always. Ox, always. Perth, always, always. This old stoner, always. Randomonum, well, we just let him in because he likes to stand by the door. Gomez was here. Jack Evelyn was here. We had a lot of friends and new friends and old friends, and that's the way I like it. I love all you guys. The other cool thing about hanging out with friends in the basement is, those people are always going to be there for you, and you're always going to be there for them. So, as much as YouTube can keep us together, I'm always here. Benny's always here, that. And we just want to be positive and get positive vibes from you on YouTube and send them on down the line. Try to be positive and be a good influence. But we love you to death, every single one of you. Every single one of you. And everybody out there who's not here now, we love them too with all our hearts. And all the ones who can't be here and won't be here, we miss you with all our hearts and all our being. And for me, those people who can't be here are what make me stay here. So I love you guys, and we'll see you later.